Hello, beautiful souls. Just came out here into the forest on this lovely Tuesday around 3:30, 4 p.m. And I'm about to go into the deep, dark part of the woods. And before I do so, I just wanted to make a quick video to show you my fanny pack. Just kidding. I want to make a video about something really crazy that I downloaded, that I noticed, that I perceived. And it's an experience that started years and years ago. Fucking squirrel, like right next to me. When I first started astral projecting. And it has to do with the sensation of nesting my light body back into my nervous system, my physical body, my tissue, my blood even, all of it, and what it feels like and what I noticed when it happens, sensation-wise. So I know, most all of you know the sensation of dead leg. If you've been sitting on the toilet too long, if you've been sitting with your legs in a certain configurement too long, or even your arm pinched when you got your arm around your girl, you'll know what I'm talking about. So the sensation specifically that I feel when I nest back into my physical body is the same sensation as that uncomfortable, prickly, tingly pins and needles sensation when you release the dead leg and the pinched blood flow and all that, and it starts rushing back in. You know what I'm talking about? It's numb, and all of a sudden it just gets this unbearable wave of tingles and pins and needles. That's your fucking light body, baby. That's the electrical energy that is you coming back into the 3D systems of the physical body. Even the blood. I mean, the blood has iron in it, emitting electrical field. You're basically this light being inhabiting the electrical field and the physical tissues that emit it. The nervous system, the brain, and the cerebral spinal fluid, the endocrine system, all the organs. I mean, you all know that what you are, you're a fucking light being that's kind of just inhabiting this physical 5-sense reality, this bandwidth of frequency. And to do so, you use this physical body like an astronaut suit. Well, every time I consciously, lucidly nest back into my body, back into my bed, I feel that shit, that tingly pins and needles sensation all over my entire body. My whole body is that like tickly, prickly, tingly sensation. And that's when I was just like, oh my God. That sensation you get when the blood flow starts rushing back in after you got dead leg is the same fucking thing as when I astral project, nest back into my body. So boom, correlation, obviously. And then after hundreds of times experiencing it, there was no more doubt. So this is a pretty crazy thing I wanted to tell y'all about. Also, I wanted to kind of give an update on the light body activation and the Kundalini awakening. Still going strong as fuck. And in fact, something I've been putting off for years, I finally did. You all know how I've been bitching about this throbbing ball of energy right here in my, basically where the Kundalini gestates in the solar plexus and in the sacral. You know how I've been bitching for years about how I have to lay in bed and push on this ball for hours and it's fucking me up and I can't sleep. And years ago, I was like, can I just get a big ass crystal that just forces it all down? Just fucking, and I just like knew in the back of my mind that that was possible, yet I didn't do anything about it. After, what was it, 2 weeks ago, I started getting hit with brutal sleep deprivation from this trapped ball of energy that would take hours to push down. Well, anyway, I had enough. I pulled an all-nighter because my sleep schedule was so fucked. It got so bad that I was sleeping like 9:30, 10 a.m. to fucking 4 p.m. And I just couldn't take it anymore. So I pulled an all-nighter after waking up at fucking 5 p.m. I pulled an all-nighter, waited till the morning, waited till the weekend, and went to the fucking crystal store. And guess what I got? That cheapest kind of crystal. People have been sleeping on this shit. Believe it or not, it's a form of salt. Selenite. Selenite is the best crystal, period, for your light body and for conducting electrical flow through your chakra system and all the nadis and meridians, the ley lines, and all the whole fucking pattern, baby. But it ain't no big fancy amethyst or fucking pink, whatever the fuck. I was gonna say pink Himalayan salt or pink crystal, whatever. Can't think right now. I'm kind of retarded right now. But that's why I came out here. It's fucking selenite. And the reason specifically being is because it's fucking structured in those linear segments. Okay? Like straight lines. So I always wondered why my little piece of shit $5 chunk of selenite that was basically a rectangle would stimulate my chakra system so much more than like my expensive ones, okay? And I just knew people were sleeping on selenite when it came to light body activation. And it makes perfect sense. I mean, it's structured in those perfect lines. It grabs energy, conducts it forward, okay? And so I had been for years putting these little chunks of cheap selenite, one on the front, usually on the sacral area, and then I'll lay over the other one over my sacrum or my coccyx. And I just knew for years that shit was, I could fucking feel it. This isn't no make-believe, by the way, okay? This is like throbbing, fiery, tingly, electrical twitching sensations in the corresponding musculature. Like, they work, especially when you fucking stir up all the Kundalini Shakti energy, unlock your fucking dormant blueprint, and you start firing all cylinders. Crystals become insane. So much so that you gotta fucking take them off of you because it feels too crazy. Man, they'll start shocking my heart, no joke, if I leave it on too long, especially the one I'm about to talk about. So I went to the crystal store and finally did the thing. I fucking got a selenite fucking chunk. What is it, 2 feet long, fucking 2 inches thick, and fucking coincidentally, or synchronistically, the thing is shaped like an arrow pointing down. It narrows down into a point naturally, and it's perfectly linear with its segments and its structure. So then I also got this big, beautiful, smoky quartz, naturally terminated points. Both crystals unpolished. That's key. You don't want to get that round, soft fucking selenite. You want it to be raw as shit. Perfectly segmented structure, linear structure. What I mean by that is those lines. You want it to just be natural as shit. The more linear it is, the better it's going to conduct your fucking flow. So basically, I got home and my shit was throbbing. Ever since my full Kundalini awakening, it's just it just like gestates there, starts there, and it wants to go down to the root, to the bottom of the feet, and then shoot that laser up my spine, and then turn the whole field on. But I got home. I put that bitch, that big old bastard, from up here, and it points all the way down here to my tallywhacker. And it's pretty sharp too, by the way. It was stabbing me and shit. And I did rub it off with my shirt a little bit to get the little flakes off. Those little splinters off there, so it didn't get all up in my bed. It is water soluble too, by the way, so don't put a bunch of water on it. So I put that there, and then what I do with the smoky quartz or the other selenite chunks is I'll put them in the other one in my gooch. I'll basically lay it between my legs, and I put the most sharpest terminated point facing up, because you have to understand, what I'm doing is I'm putting that conductor down there inside that plasma funnel that's coming out this way. Okay, so you want to put the point facing up, and the stream will will conduct through it up into your spine, and the blunted or flat other end. I mean, it doesn't matter if they're both sharp ends, but you see what I'm saying? You're trying to mimic the cone as much as possible, the funnel shape. So just put the super pointy tip facing up. And I did. I put them both down there. I put the big one over here. Put the little smoky quartz. It's a thick boy, actually, but it's only about that long. Oh my God! The ball of Kundalini starts just pulsating, throbbing, getting super fiery. All of a sudden, I could feel both of the bottoms of my feet just sparking and buzzing. And I was like, holy fuck, it's already forcing it down there. And then over the next 10 minutes, I felt it all just like in chunks. Just flaring like a sun, just sending flares. And then shooting the jet stream. Once the flares start connecting, they go down the sciatic nerve and down the undercurrents around the arteries and all the veins. Connect to the bottoms of the feet. The connections were made. The connection became coherent, and then boom, laser started shooting up. And I could feel it going right up my fucking spine, and then orgasmic tingles coming down the scalar wave on the sides of my brain lobes. And the whole fucking, it just started going in chunks. And then boom, it was released. All the energy was onking through my torus. And I was just like, oh my God. So I've been suffering for years for like nothing, dude. For nothing. I did it again the next night, and it was working right away. Blah, blah, blah. I was breaking up the chunk and then conducting it through the system, sending that laser up my spine. And then all of a sudden it got too hardcore. And I was like, dude, it's a weird feeling. It's like being electrocuted a little too much. And then I felt my heart go. I felt my heart. It's like it gets grabbed or something by electricity. And I was just like, oh, that's scary. And I took my shit off. I was like, nah, I'll try it again later. And then the next night it was successful. And then after that, once again, I had to take it off because it became too hardcore. It's fucking weird, dude. It's like you're being electrocuted. And you just can't take it. The energy seems to be flowing differently every day. The shit's, like I said before, it's sentient, man. And it all depends how you've been conducting your flow with your thoughts and feelings and how blocked you are. And your diet, your drugs you've been putting in your system, all that shit. But yeah, I just wanted to share those two things. So I guess Plasma just gave you the no bullshit right there. Number one, those dead leg sensations you feel are your fucking soul coming back into your body. Number two, biggest slept on crystal in the entire world, selenite. And I'm not saying the other ones don't work. I'm saying it's the structure that's really important. So it can be like a catalyst, a conduit, a conductor. And it just so happens the selenite is perfectly structured to be a conductor. So, yeah. I love you all so much. And I'm going to be setting up some sessions soon, goddammit. It's going to be a crazy winter, so get prepared. I bought storable food, fuck ton of ammo. I even bought like emergency calorie bars, 2,200 calories per bar. Like, you just never know. I mean, they're going on. They went on the union strike all over the fucking East Coast. So who knows? Our corrupt politicians sold out our fucking manufacturing overseas. So most of our goods have to be imported. So if the entire all the longshoremen go on strike, then who the fuck's gonna bring the food off the boats? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all just coming to a head. It's their system. It needs to change hands. Their money magic system is long overdue, and they need a big ass global conflict to cover it up. So they're using the Yahweh cults, Yahweh the war god. It just so happens Christians, Muslims, Jews are super warlike and all fight each other forever, almost like they're worshiping a war god. But then the Christ God came, and then they started worshiping the idol of the man Jesus instead of the corpus callosum between their brain hemispheres. Anyway, don't make me go on a rant. But, yeah, and then the whole Middle East thing's popping off. So what I'm saying is just get prepared. Take care of your vessel, your physical vessel. You're not just, your soul. You got to be grounded in 3D as well. But last time I was right over here, I got stung by this fucking giant hornet twice. So I'm going to be more cautious. But yeah, I love you all so much. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. And we're just getting started, baby. We're ascensioning. We have taken the ascension pill. We took the red pill, then the black pill, then the white pill. Now we're at the clear pill. And I love you all so much. Stay up.